Afternoon, everybody. A long time ago, when I was still a student, I went to go and see a palmist one day in Southport, and she told me that America and Bristol loomed large in my future. I don't think this was what she had in mind, but, you know, I'll take it. So I'm David from Canopy. Does this move slides on? Yes, it does. Great. And we retrofit empty homes with teams of volunteers, and one of those volunteers is homeless, and they get to move into the property once it's complete. And this is a team of our volunteers outside 67 Bayswater Grove, an address that some of you may know as the former offices of other Locality members' Getaway Girls. So it used to be their offices, and it's now 3 warm, cosy, affordable, sustainable flats. So I thought I'd talk you through a bit. This is our Thursday team that we've got here. So over on the left we have Patrick. He joined us as a 15-year-old. He was a refugee from Cameroon. He volunteered on site with us. Then we took him on as a site worker. He's the best plasterer we've ever had. He's been with us 15 years, but he's now gone on to become a heating engineer. Joseph at the back on the left, and Ashleen, who is here, were taken on about a year ago as trainees. We gave them a year-long paid traineeship into becoming a site worker. Joseph, I don't know, ask Wrigley's for some strange reason, has gone off to go and do law. So he completed the traineeship perfectly well, but he's left us. But Ashleen is still with us. She started off a year ago. She was a waitress. Now she can run a construction site. She can drive a van, she can tell contractors what to do, she can do all those things. Ashley, at the back, joined us on a 6-week traineeship, and he's moved on and he's doing maintenance work for Marks and Spencer's now, so he's helping them to keep their flats up. Shay, up here with the Puma top on, has been with us 17 years now. He's deaf. He communicates with our team. He speaks sign language, and he keeps coming back and back because our staff speak sign language a lot better than I do. So he's been with us a long time. Yolanda in the middle, a student who came to join us for the summer. Hendrik here missed out on the traineeship and still came along teaching people how to install wood fiberboard and the other sort of stuff that we use all the time when we're retrofitting our properties. Robin came to us at the back for our reputation for being a safe space for people that are neurodiverse or queer, his words. And Alia on the right, another student that joins over the summer. So it's quite a big range of sort of people that we work with. Tracy Brabin loves us. She's our mayor up there kind of thing. 50% of the people that work on our sites are women, and 50% of the properties workers are women as well. And this project was quite a stretch for the team. We delivered it on time. We delivered it almost within budget. It had been delayed quite a bit by the pandemic. And it's not just these 9 people here. Across the 9 months of the project, there's 100 different people worked on that project with us, including me. I have to paint the outside because nobody else is insured to paint outside. So that's what we end up. So we're a social landlord, yeah. We're a developer, kind of. But what we're really about, and what I've tried to emphasize here, is that we're about people. If we were just a landlord and a developer, our retrofits would take 2 or 3 months. They would not take 6 to 9 months, which is what they take because we take our time about it to do it properly. So we're about changing people's lives now, and we're about hopefully changing lives for people in future generations as well. So I've said sustainable. So what we do is hard work. You get dirty, but you make real change from a climate perspective. It's not throwing orange powder around a flower show. It's actually making things happen. Retrofitting empty homes is a political act. It uses far less carbon and far less energy than building now. And for us, it's not about eco-bling, so we're not about the sort of the fancy sort of bits of tech that go with it. We're about fabric first. insulation-based approach, and it's about the right insulation as well. So we use bio-based, vapor-permeable materials like wood fibre, hemp, lime plaster. We teach people how to lime plaster, which is like a dying art. We don't use Kingspan, we don't use Celotex, and that's really important because it saves us about 6 tons of carbon on a retrofit. And if you think the average home uses about 2 tons of carbon in a year, so it's 3 years of what a home would use that we save by using wood fibre in there. And it's twice that if it's an end terrace. But it's not just for that. It controls moisture better. So there's a reason I've got this big dirty slide on here. It controls moisture brilliantly, cuts down condensation, cuts down black mold, better for the building, and obviously better for the health of the occupants. We insulate internally, and we do that for practical reasons. So mainly, it's so that we can supervise it properly. But it's also because it's a nice and cosy place to work in the winter. So if we're fitting insulation outside, we are not supervising people sliding off the end of some scaffolding up on the top floor. I'm going to move to the next slide now. That's to remind me to hurry up. We don't want retrofits to preserve the middle classes. We want to give everybody the opportunity to get involved. We work with about 100 volunteers each year. Our youngest is 15. Our oldest is 75. It's a great model, and we often get asked about scaling it up. But we don't want Canopy to go national. We're a Locality member. We want to keep it local. What we want to do is give other organisations the tools to be able to replicate what we do. And we can now do that, I think, thanks to the Energy Redress Scheme. We've got an opportunity to pull together a Canopy Guide to Retrofit, which we'll be doing over the next 18 months. And that will help others understand how to fund projects like this, how to work with volunteers and keep them safe despite the fact that some of them are quite adept at injuring themselves. To be able to learn to use the right materials in the right way to create warm, sustainable, affordable homes. I'll leave it at that. Thank you.